enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Yeah. Oh, mama.
Oh, yes, indeed. Tom Flowers in the business of broadcast. We have 10 minutes after 11 o'clock. Coming up next is the program The Night and Spin. I run up to 1 o'clock.
When your radio sounds better, it's gotta be Freedom 87.9 FM. Radio, by all accounts, is the fastest way to get information anywhere, anytime. Get all the information you want from one radio station. Freedom Radio 87.9 FM.
For all they say, we go to school, so no job for all, we get problem. Boss me in the screen and they got money beyond you. I didn't get what you all they take your market. What do you want to do now?
Well, I'm a graduate of the state-run university, and everywhere I've applied, they are asking me for 10 years experience, and that is impossible.
We the after them widows, the government promised us our husbands benefits, and up to now we can see it.
Good bro, no good school. The health sector poor. Now anything that can jack a bottles, and politicians stay giving out empty promises. What happened now?
Who to trust? In fact, who rather lay in a complaint to? They will listen to what they in power. After the election time, the people know how important. After the election, we thought they say we are not the minority here.
They say the evil in man does live after him, but the good is often turn with his food. So let it be the season. If I for people, my people tired of suffering. We need a change. Listen. You're not need to tell me what's happy. I can see it in your eye. No something happy. I can see it. You're not sucking, but your heart's sucking.
For all they say, we go to school, so no job for all, we get problem. Boss me in the screen and they got money beyond you. I didn't get what you all they take your market. What do you want to do now?
Well, I'm a graduate of the state-run university, and everywhere I've applied, they are asking me for 10 years experience, and that is impossible.
We the after them widows, the government promised us our husbands benefits, and up to now we can see it.
Good bro, no good school. The health sector poor. Now anything that can jack a bottles, and politicians stay giving out empty promises. What happened now?
Who to trust? In fact, who rather lay in a complaint to? They will listen to what they in power. After the election time, the people know how important. After the election, we thought they say we are not the minority here.
They say the evil in men.
Oh, yes, indeed, a badge of the theme song that introduces the closest the Night and Spin on Monday and on Wednesday. When I'm here, good evening and welcome to another presentation of the program, The Night and Spin. 2 hours of interactive discussions where we bring sense to the discourse. We discuss issues of national concern, issues we believe that should be driving Mama Liberia forward. Today is Monday, the 21st day of the month of April 2025. We are here beaming with life. I'm Thomas Kojo in Monrovia. And I've been joined by the team from the United States of America. And tonight we're going to run the show, The Night and Spin, together, just ahead of the Nimba County by-elections expected to take place on tomorrow, Tuesday, the 22nd day of April in Nimba County, where citizens in that part of Liberia are expected to turn out in their numbers to elect their new senator to replace the fallen hero of the country, Senator Prince Ward Johnson. A lot of things to be talked about, a lot of things to be said this evening on the program, The Night and Spin. PPCC, that's the Public Procurement Concessions, has been in the news. We will also show light on it. The boss of that institution has been denying media report that he did not speak to a Liberian media institution, the Liberian investigator. That has been the news. The institution has been releasing press statements why the media institution itself released a couple of stories, including the audio to verify their claims or to verify exactly what they published on the 16th day of April 2025. I'm Thomas Kojo Rolak. I'm being joined in by one of our drivers from the United States. Tony, good evening and welcome to the Night and Spin.
Good evening, Roland. Good evening, Mama Liberia. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Again, this is your good friend Suleiman Tunis coming to you live from Radio LRB, Liberia's #1 online radio station here on Staten Island, New York, with Freedom FM 87.9, the most listened to radio station in the nation capital. We are back here again tonight with Thomas Kojo Rolak, the famous talk show host who will tell you like it is, doesn't care. We're here sharing the platform. We're expecting others to join us. Probably Solomon will be joining us this evening. And then we'll get the ball rolling. Again, how you been doing, Thomas?
Well, not bad. I'm doing a bit. Yes, I'm good. Just ahead of the by-election on tomorrow in Nimakada. I'm good. Been
How was
following
how was
activities.
your how was your weekend?
Well, awesome. To admit, awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
heard
forward
your
to it.
girlfriend, you and your girlfriend had a little bit beef on Saturday or Friday night. You beat up the girlfriend, and when I heard it, I told him, I said, no, I don't think that too much, man.
No,
Uh,
no, and domestic violence is not in my blood. Yeah, I
okay,
don't go that
we
way.
gotta straight that up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the
Okay.
person who say it to me, they lie. I hear from the grapevine anyway, so that nobody said it. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
just
Okay.
kidding. I
Yeah,
believe
no.
your weekend was
Mm.
perfect, like mine over here was good. You know, we practiced on Saturday, old timer, and we had a little bit of fun after practice. We went to one of our main place. We sat there, we shared drinks. You know, when people like, oh, we drink drinks, you know, in the rare cup, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But once they see people like us, they say, hey, man, only sugar water you drink. I think they say about us. They classify us as Mandingo, even though Prophet Key insulting all the Mandingos. I don't know, you know. So what you got? I mean, first of all, let me send my condolences to the Catholic community in Liberia, the Catholic
Mm.
Church. You know, for the passing of the Pope. Pope Francis died this morning in our time here in Liberia time. I mean America time here 1:35 a.m. I think in your time will be around 7 or 8 or 9.
Mm.
You heard the news
Yeah,
about his?
yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard about that. And the surprising thing is, on Saturday, I listened to the Pope on the BBC. I was in bed and I was listening to the BBC that morning. The BBC had a good time for 10 minutes. They were playing some African joints, some African music, and they even play a song from Liberia. Then 15 minutes later, I listened to the news and I listened to the Pope speaking. Surprisingly, I heard the news that the Pope has left this world. I said, wow.
What do you
The
mean
man,
surprisingly? It happened simultaneously after you heard him
no,
speaking.
no. Today, when I got the news, it was surprising to me. It was
Oh,
surprising to me. And because this is a man that I listened to on Saturday. And Monday to get the news, I was shocked. I said, "Well, I
how
just
was the
listened to the
stream?
news
I
Saturday."
guess Solomon tried to come in. Is he
Yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah. I have seen him. And I received the news. I was shocked. I said, "Wow!" I just listened
But
to.
you should have been shocked about his death because he been sick and he died at the age of 88. He been sick for almost 2-3 weeks,
I know.
and in and out of the hospital. So his death was being over past long ago. It's not. We all been expecting it anyway. But let me bring in my namesake, my partner in crime here on Staten Island, New York. Good evening, my brother Solomon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good evening, Tunis, and good evening, Kojo. I'm glad that we're back on, and we are here to do the Liberian people's business. Again, as even when I got the news from you first, Tunis, for whatever reason, I read your communication and your condolences to the Liberian Catholics. So, but I was surprised, even though he was sick, we were all aware of that. But then he kind of came through, and Saturday things were fine. Sunday, he and the vice president, J.D. Vance, they were all together and all of those stuff, talking and what have you. But then, to my surprise, early this morning, that the poor had passed. So I mean, it was kind of shocking for the simple fact that he was very, very sick. We know, and then he came through when he was on ventilation and other stuff. But then he came through, and we started saying thank you, God, for make him to come back to life and things like that. And everything was fine. Sunday he did the Easter Sunday something, and Monday 1 o'clock in the morning or so for him to die. So that was kind of little shocking to us because I thought he has already made it.
As for me, it was not shocking to me, and I know too so many people it was not shocking because he been in and out of the hospital. The last time I think it was there for pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
He was operated on that, and we just want to say it on our platform officially, if you have not heard it today, that the Pope Francis being announced from the Vatican that he's dead at the age of 88. He died today in the morning in our time, New York time, by 1:35. And I woke up this morning to do my morning prayer, and the news, breaking news was right on. You know, my TV don't go off. And, I keep my TV on channel 1 or 7, New York 1. You know, New York 1. And when I saw the captions, I said, "Oh, let me switch to CNN and see how true it is." Immediately, everything was so. My people in my Liberian Catholic Church, we take this time to send our condolences to the Catholic Church. We know it's hard to take that a big man in the church had passed. So we send our condolences to you guys, and we will pray with you guys. We in your corner. We know it's not easy. I think they are now trying to select the next pope, right? The process.
They're going through the process. The last time we got one guy who almost came through from Nigeria.
From Nigeria, that's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah, so hopefully, maybe this time around, or instead of coming from Argentina, it will come from Africa.
They will come from Africa. If they come in, I don't think that it will be. Two people that big society they in so.
Yeah, but
if you look at Argentina, there's also white boys in that place. If you look at the Argentina history, so white boy, the real Argentinian, they are not knowing. Look at their team that come to play for the World Cup. That's the only team I see that come with no black,
no Negro.
Okay.
So I think they have to change the Liberian constitution to remove the Negro from there. Huh?
I think so.
I think they already removed it from there. Huh?
So
yeah, but that's a small community in Argentina. that are the black Achitans, but most of them you don't really see very very dark skin because of what they've been doing. Um, the history. I don't know. There's a documentary on them that they did not want for the dark skinned people to really be there. So you have the mulatto that they call the black people over there. I watched the documentary. I saw that. But most of them that have that kind of curly hair, even though they might be little bit light skin or a little bit lighter and things like that, those are the descendants of the real black Argentine. Yeah. But one thing about this Pope, of course, there were some things that he was actually pushing, especially the LGBTQ something or the gay something. He had no problem with that. But when it comes to exposing some of the practices that the priests were doing to young boys and things like that, it was under his regime that most of those abuses on young boys they were actually brought up to light. And of course, there were a lot of lawsuits and a lot of settlement that the Catholic Church did because of Pope Francis.
I will be back. I got an emergency call.
Okay. Because of Pope Francis' stand on those issues, but when it comes to the gay and issue, he was promoting that as well in the church, and then he said, "Well, Jesus will not reject them, so why should he reject them, or why shouldn't he promote them?" They didn't want to develop or bring about segregation, but that was his thing because of his liberalism ideology. But all of us, we are human, and of course, the Bible said there is no righteous, but the Bible said without righteousness we will never enter the kingdom of heaven. So that's why I say that we should try by all means to be righteous, to be holy, to be good, and then he will impute his righteousness in us when we work in the grace that he has given us. Most of us, we believe, salvation is a free gift, but once you get the free gift, the Bible says that you need to work out your own salvation. You need to provide the work. And God also created us to be workmanship along with him. So we know that everything requires work and things like that. So his labor, his work on earth has ceased. It's left with us to do our work. And whatever we do as a work, whether in journalism, talk show host, be a janitor, garbage man, those are all work. And then anything we do, we should do as unto God. And that's God's instruction to all of us. But again, as you were shocked, Kojo, I was also shocked because I saw him and said, wow, he really, really came back to life. And then this morning, he left. So we really want to extend our condolences to all Catholic globally. And of course, our church today, most of our practices, they are from the Catholic setting. There are some things that the Catholic people hold on to, which is things that Christ was doing before the Catholic people took over the whole Christendom, and they brought in some of their we say Italian way of life, but before we should say the Romans way of life, the Romans culture and things like that. Today, the calendar that we have, the way we do things, they all came from the Romans calendar, the way they put things together. So there are a lot of things that came from that part of the world. when you look at the way government is set up today, the form of government that we have derives from that of the Romans, and what have you. And we know that those three powerful people that we had was the Romans, the Greeks, and the Jews, or the Hebrews, if you will. And we know that the Greeks, they were known for philosophies and things like that, and the Romans were known for government, military power, and what have you. And of course, the Hebrews, they were known for their religious connection with God and things like that. So those were the three main group of societies that really that we learn from, that we copy from. So we today in our sciences and things like that, we look at the Greeks, their philosophies and things like that, talking about Socrates and some other people and what have you. So it's a big blow to all of us, even though we may not have been in a Catholic faith, but they are part of the Christian faith, and we all work together in that same regard. So our condolences to all Christians and also all Catholic.
Oh yes, indeed. Certainly, I joined the rest of the team to express our sadness, our sad time, our condolences to the bereaved family, all of those from the Catholic faith, on the passing of Pope Francis. It came as a shock, not just to me, but to many across the world. Because, like I said previously, I listened to him on Saturday on the BBC, and this morning I woke up to his death news. I was shocked. I was shocked by the passing of the great man. May his soul rest in peace. May he be received by God. May he take our words. May he take our messages with him to God. May he plead on our behalf to God as a great man who lived his life, his holy life, making sure that more people follow the doings of Christ. I pray that he take along with him our messages to God, so God can have mercy upon us and give us more time to repent. So we all can one day be at the right hand corner of Jesus Christ in heaven.
Amen. And also, it's sometimes you look at their doctrine and their philosophy and things like that. So right now, if you see in purgatory, he will be there, and people who want to be in heaven, they got to pay their tribute, their fees, before they can pass him or the other saints. And those are some of the things which brought about this big fall, where Martin Luther wrote the 95 Theses when he broke away from the Roman Catholic. And of course, through that we have the Lutheran Church and of course other Protestants. But all of them, we have the same root when it comes to Christianity. We just do some things differently. Even today, we have some people who believe that the Holy Spirit is no longer functioning the way it's supposed to function. There are some big churches here, like the one that I used to attend at times when I was in California, with Dr. John MacArthur. He believes that the Holy Spirit is not operating the way it operated before, and things like that. And some of us, we said, the Bible said God did not come to take away anything from his word or to add any extra thing to his word. So he's the same God yesterday, today, and forever. And if God exists in three forms or three characteristics, then we cannot rule out that the Ruach or the Spirit that were able to give a form and shape to the world does not function the way it used to function. Because when God created the heavens and the earth, he said that the earth was like a big void, like black hole, no shape, no form, until the Spirit of God or the Holy Spirit moves on the surface of the earth, and there was shape and form. and things like that. So we believed that God's spirit is still the same yesterday, today, and going to be forever. So we believe that. But again, a lot of churches we have different way of viewing things. So some people think, oh, the Catholic Church, that is not the actual church. They believe in so and so things and what have you. But we all belong to the faith of God, and we all practice our faith a little bit differently and things like that. The Muslim, they do the rosaries, the beads that they count. The Catholic also, Catholics, they also do the same thing. They have their rosaries or their beads and things like that. The significance of it, maybe we don't understand it, but that doesn't mean it is wrong. So they have means of providing services to God. But the major one when Christ came is for us to do good, even to our enemies, to love them. And in Matthew 25, he said, I was sick and you did nothing. I was hungry, you did nothing. And then to the other groups, I was sick and you did something. I was hungry, you did something. So those who did something to any of God's creation or God's people, those were the things God was talking about. And that's what the kingdom of God is all about. Doing the will of God by doing good works as ordained or ordered by God. But anyway, this is not our topic. This is just an appetizer. So, what do you have for us to discuss, Kofi? Koyo?
Well, citizens of Nima County are expected to go to the pool on tomorrow. That will be few minutes from now. We'll be jumping into Tuesday, the 22nd day of the month of April. Citizens of Nima County are expected to go to the pool to elect a replacement for the fallen hero, the fallen statesman, the fallen political godfather of Nima County. That has been on the plate of many citizens of that country and Liberia at large, while
Okay.
Liberians are watching to see who will replace Senator Prince White Johnson as senator of
Check the backstage. I think Aliu probably is there. Is he?
I think yes, I'm getting he's yes, yeah.
Okay.
So citizens of Nima County will show up to elect new senators. There are a couple of big names: Garrison Yelu. We have Samuel Konga of he's being supported by the ruling Unity Party. You have the former superintendent of Nima County, who contested, I think, more than one time in Nima County for the post of the senator, Manan Ide, will be contesting. Manan Ide Congo Dwyer is there contesting, and there are a few other names who are contesting in the Nima County senatorial by-elections, and they all are expected to wake up tomorrow to go to the respective voting centers to vote. Likewise, the citizens of Nima County will be doing the same. And another issue we have to discuss is there is this quote unquote safe face press releases coming from PPCC boss about he not speaking to the media at one point in time, speaking to a Liberian media outlet, Liberian investigator at one point in time, to referring to an audio in possession of the media institution as old, something like that, which of course many see it as derailing the integrity of popular officials in such institutions that should be seen with high-end integrity. So it is the two things on plate. So far so good at the moment that we can look into. We're getting report from Nima County that indeed election workers have been changed. It is alleged that some election workers have been changed. We're getting report that others are planning to resist the voting to not to go on to some part of Nima County on tomorrow. But we can dive into that this morning on the program, the night time. Is it the morning time? No, this evening on the program, the night time spin.
Okay, that is good. For us to look at some of those things regarding the election or the by-election. In Nimba, the by-election in Nimba is depending on if the Nimba people will look at what will be a way forward for the unification of the county in the absence of the godfather. It was not just a godfather to just Nimayans, but to many Liberians, despite of his involvement in defending his people during the Liberian Civil War. He did a lot of things that impacted a lot of Liberians despite of the past. So looking for somebody to replace such a figure is not just by saying, oh, because he was Gil, so we got to put a Gil person there or so and what have you. So what we want to look at is that Liberia, we have a serious problem in Liberia. And the serious problem that we have is Liberia depends on donors to operate. People to give money, whether it is from the 3% that we get from most of the taxes from most of our concessions and what have you. But there are other countries that pump in a lot of money to run election. And when we collect whatever few money we collect from whether our taxes or from donors, 95% of that funding goes to people's salary, the government workers' salary, especially the top government officials, the three big branches of government, the top people. Then the incentive that they get, free phone, free data, free generator, free everything, free. At the same detriment of the Liberian people. So we don't already have the money, and then we have people that already in power, been in government for 13 years, especially in the same legislative body. And the only difference between the Senate and the House of Representatives is that the House is controlling specific districts, and the Senate or senator is controlling the entire county. But they all have the same cardinal responsibilities. When it comes to the Senate, the only thing that's different is they cover the entire county, and also they have the power of confirmation. The House, the lower house, or the House of Representatives, they don't have that, but they all have the same cardinal thing. The reason why three branches of government was enshrined into our Constitution was to bring about checks and balances, especially the first house, between the first house and the second house, which is the House, the legislative branch and the executive branch. And if there was something that was going on wrong based on the Constitution or the law that was made by the lawmakers and the implementation of the law by the executive, if there is any problem in the implementation of the law, and these two groups or these two branches, they are pulling here and there to fund the balances in it, then what happened is the judiciary, who is the referee, who interprets the law, will say whatever you are doing is unconstitutional. It's not according to the book that brought you to power. So this is unconstitutional, and because of this one, this is out. But people are not doing that. When they get into the house, they decide to make Liberian government to just be one executive branch that is the government. So the legislative, they all just fall on the side. All they want is for the executive to give them extra money, extra thing. Then they just take side with that with the executive. That is very, very wrong. In Nimba, prior to the travel thing that they are doing now, that they're preaching, that I heard the vice president preaching, and everybody that's supporting their agenda pushing, is that Nimba was run into either north and south, or lower Nimba and upper Nimba. So people in lower Nimba, including some of us, like the B people or the other Bassa people that in Lower Nimba and what have you, and there are a lot of different ethnic groups that are also in Nimba. They were born and raised in Nimba, but they are not Gyo, they are not Mano, or the same way we have the Madingo and things like that. So by having the Lower Nimba and the Upper Nimba, it used to bring the group together. Now they are preaching that we need one guild, we need one manner in order to balance it, or to do this and that. That is more divisive. The messages that they are preaching, for them to say women belong in the kitchen, and not in a house and things like that. So they having a manner man and a guild person does not warrant unifying the country or the county. In my opinion, what may unify the county might be maybe having a female and a male. So the female will present the way they look at things from a political point of view, from a family point of view, or from the mother's point of view, and then the men, they will look at things from the male perspective and things like that. So maybe that can bring about some unification. But talking about the Geo people and the Mano people and so forth, it's more divisive. So the Liberian people need to look at that, especially the people from Nimba, that the money we don't have, if Koga was to be selected, and that would be another void. So the government of Liberia will have to send maybe 1.7 million again, or even more, to have another by-election for the vacancy for the House of Representatives, and that is not good for the country. So the people of Nima should have that in mind, and not to vote for Koga, but to vote for either of those people. For me, in particular, somebody who worked with Madam Gonglo when I was a Unity Party chairman here in New York. We've seen the kind of work that she was doing as superintendent in Nimba. She has experience in the executive. So by going to the legislative to make sure to put laws in place, for example, there is no good decent wage or minimum wage in Nimba from Asal Metal. Either is somebody who knows both sides of the coin and will bring things that Nima will benefit from, and not just Nima, because either is going to be one of those that will talk about concession and things like that. She will know exactly what to bring on the table that Liberia as at large will benefit from. So that's why some of us who know the way Edith carried on governance and things like that. That's why we say it would be good for Edith to be the senator in the county and what have you. So I will stop here. Welcome back, Tunis. Are you frozen? Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So what is the poll saying before tomorrow, ahead of tomorrow elections? Relax, what do you think? What's your prediction and what the poll say? Who is leading the poll?
Well, I have not come across an opinion poll yet on social media or listened to on the radio. But from video footages I've been seeing with people turning out in the numbers, I think from all indication, it's expected to be a two-horse race in the by-elections tomorrow. The female candidate, the former superintendent of in the County, former senatorial candidate in that part of Liberia, Manan Ilif, against the government back Samuel Gongwe, Samuel Coker. I mean Samuel Coker. I believe they are the two individuals or the two forces people could be looking up to. Maybe Garrison Yedo, former governance commission boss, also there. He could also join them to make it a two-horse race. But I have not come across an opinion pool for either of the journalists in Nima or Morovia or listening to a radio conducting an opinion pool to know who will have a commanding lead.
Well,
But
how
if you
you
don't put
seeing,
it,
the way you're seeing things, what is, let's say if we were conducting a poll here on our show and you conducting that poll, the way you're hearing things, the way you're seeing things playing out with all the different candidates that in the players, what will you say from your own observation? Who
well,
do
it
you
is hard.
see in the lead?
Well, for me, it is hard to call to tell who in the league, but I can only say that indeed there are two top candidates in the race. For me, from all indications, for what I have seen, what I have read, from what I have watched, I believe there are two top candidates in the race. Mana Edith and that of Samuel Coker. I can call it to say, hey, this person will come up victorious until the electors themselves show up. Because many a times, the crowd you see behind the candidate during campaign period, at times they do not show up. I followed the elections of I followed the election in 2011 when a candidate came from the United States with everything. One Reverend Kennedy Senate. I
Okay.
followed the I followed the launching process. I was
Uh-huh.
not I was not too small. I followed the launching process. He had his party headquarters situated somewhere on the old road, not too far away from the Kalano hotel. I saw how people used to be trooping their way in at that party headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, on the day of the elections, the results, they don't, even though I knew fully well he was not coming to come out as one of the 5 or 6 top candidates, but I expected him to be in the top, maybe 8, something like that. But it was surprising to me that
Mm-hmm.
the voters did not show up. Similar thing have to do with the Alternative National Congress of Mr. Alexander Cummings. The numbers, when on the day of the launching, the numbers I saw places because I was actively involved with the newsroom activities. I was going from one place to another, from one county to another, from one district to another. I was covering his activities. But surprisingly, a senatorial candidate that was on his ticket in Moscow County got over 50,000 votes that surpassed the entire number he had in the entire country of the election process. Another I can point to have to do with representative elections in the respective districts. At times, the candidate you see with the huge number during the launching or the campaign period, because you see, we as Liberians, we are, I'm not sure I say hateful or we get deceptive mind or deceitful people. We are deceitful, we Liberians, because when Solomon is launching his campaign, you see us there wearing the party t-shirt. I know Liberians we are carried away by party t-shirt or political party t-shirt or flyers because people at times they vote against you because when you're sharing your party t-shirt, you did not give them your flyers, you did not give them maybe your party lappers, you did not give them. So we become that too much indeed deceitful to our own self, to our conscience. When party X is launching, we all go there. When party Z is launching, we all go there. So you see the numbers can be huge. But on the day of the election, no, you don't get the numbers. Typical example, in 2017, during the rally, the amount of people that endorse the current president, Joseph Boakai, when you were vice president, the amount of senators, the amount of representatives, the amount of community organization on that day when the Unity Party was launching, I was standing right across the street from the Intercontinental Church that used to be called the Better Catcher of Hope, because that's the church I used to attend when I was coming up. I attended the school there called Faith Foundation. So I was standing right across the street. And the numbers I saw showing up that day, coming from Pinsville, coming to town, it was not the number that showed up during the election. It wasn't the
Okay.
number.
The
So
thing
that's why
is,
I just trying to tell you that at times the numbers you see behind the politicians, when they go behind the ballot box, it turned out to be different thing, because they say voting is secret. When the men go there, it had this.
with all of that, people still take polls to determine who the momentum shifting on their side. With all what you just said, that's what election is all
And I'll
about.
repeat again. There are two top candidates for now. For what I have read on social media, for what I have watched and listened to from some journalists in Nima and Morovia, there are two top candidates for now.
But do you have any representative from Freedom FM to go and represent the stations to send out a feedback on some of these things? No, right? Well, I don't think
Yes.
we should have a representative in, because definitely this is a heated elections. The momentum is in it. So definitely all popular radio stations will send their representative, including of Freedom FM.
Yeah, sure.
And elections, no matter what it is, no matter where the election is taking place, these are the things that we experience, the momentum. You can even say, hey, I believe this person is going to win. The poll is shifting on this side, and still the person don't win. But the way
Obviously.
it looks like that person going to win. It happen in this Western world. It happen all the time. They will tell you, oh, the person is leading the poll, and that person falls short at the end of the day. But these are what makes the game enjoyable. When these things coming up, then people, that's a hit. They put the momentum in it. Say, oh, this happening, this guy is leading. The woman being endorsed by certain groups, certain strong women in Liberia. Like I heard that the lady, the former president went and endorsed her, right? And I'm just seeing it again here. Some other lady.
I think the vice president. The vice president also.
And
the former vice president.
Yeah, the former vice president, right?
Yeah, Madam Joe Howard Taylor.
Okay, Joe Howard Taylor, and also Minister Sadie. Minister Sadie endorsed Edith. Also, Minister Sadie. Okay, she also. So all these top women, they are fighting for their sisters. So at least, so these. Go ahead.
And also, Charlene Bronskin from the Liberty Party also endorsed Edith. So there are prominent women endorsing Edith. And if this election was not going to be, we know it has been manipulated by the government already, because what they are doing, that is interference with a peaceful, free and fair election. But the actions that they are doing, I even saw something from the RG, the kind of threat that they are saying, thinking that somebody is going to go to Nima to cause problems. So they are going to go there, and anybody that we see disturbing, what they're going to do. And those are just putting fears in the people. And we also, it been reported that certain areas. They don't want for certain people to go to campaign and things like that. Those are all interference. And honestly speaking, if the government they were not doing what they're doing in this by-election, Koga has no chance to Madam Edith, because Edith has a momentum. Koga has already said that they should split Nima into two counties and things like that. So he's not the rightful person to unify the government. I mean the county, and he has also a lot of stuff he said. Women, they belong into the kitchen and things like that, and also to go to the Capitol building. They have their place in the home.
In his race.
So that's why we're saying that if there was no manipulation or intimidation, Ide will this time be victorious, because when Ide and the current vice president, when they all running, Ide came very, very close to the vice president. So Ide is a known figure in a district. She been with the people on the ground as an executive officer from the executive branch there. So she stand a real good chance to win.
Having his race.
I think they have about four. I think about four candidates.
Sure.
Yes, I think about four that I know of.
My brother.
So you guys can continue while I verify the amount of candidates in the race.
Yeah, I know about four.
Yeah, about 7.
Oh wow, okay.
It should be around 7.
Oh wow. And the whole thing, even if the strongest opposition party, if they were to say, you know what, with all of these things, we know that we believe in so and so, so we put in our weight behind Madam Edith. Koga will have no chance. Koga will have no chance. But because they left it blank that they're supporting any of the three candidates.
Which of the candidates insulted the Madingo people? Say something like that.
Well, that was the Koga camp. They didn't want insulted the Madingo people, and then somebody who probably maybe few people they went out there, including maybe the secretary of ACO, that they accept the apology, and for this reason they endorsing Koga, which I don't think it is the voice of ACO. I don't think it is the voice of the Madingo people. It's like for me to say, the Bassa people will do so and so. It may not be all the Bassa people, maybe few people, including me, but that does not represent the entire Bassa people. So somebody came up.
What party name?
ACO.
If that happened, why ACO did not come out to deny this? So definitely, if they didn't come out to make any report or statement, then I mean they are in agreement.
Well, there's a possibility. There's a possibility of that happening, but I think I heard that it was the secretary who read that statement. So, and again,
ACO is part of Unity Party.
Of course,
so definitely you cannot deny that. If they come back, they say they accept the apology and this and that. They are part of the ruling party right now. So I will not deny.
I will not. I agree with you. I agree with you, Tony, because the majority of the people in the government, they are, or majority of them, they're from the same kind of faith and the same kind of background. Muslim background, and as well as I have no problem. I have no problem. I have no problem with Muslim and things like that. But the Mandingo,
all Mandingo Muslim.
yeah. But, see, before we never really, I never knew that they get Va Muslim, Pele Muslim, Basa Muslim. All Mandingo people we say they Muslim.
Where we watch most of the time when we refer to Mandingo, they are Mandingo who are Christians.
Yeah, but see, that's a mindset we have. So say the Mandingo.
Just that Muslims are more in their mix, but there are a lot of Mandingos that I know, even in this country here, they are Christian. All Mandingo that pray. This is what make now Liberia, every Muslim they say you Mandingo. But Mandingo, there are many Mandingos that go to church, and there are Mandingo that don't believe even Christianity or Islam.
Islam, that's true.
They are pagans. There are others that they are pagan.
And Tony,
what about Berete? Who Berete is supporting?
Well, Berete has a candidate. I think he has his candidate in a race. So for that reason, he focusing on his candidate. And that's it. But just buttress what you said, Tony, is that this guy Jabate, I usually don't watch his podcast for whatever reason. I went to his podcast and I watched it. Then the statement that you were making, and most of the Mandingo people, they were on his side. Look, nobody should do this, nobody should do that. We are Nimayans and what have you. And when this statement was read and the endorsement was read, I have never heard him, Jabate, to say, well, we're not part of that, because this is a consistent treatment against us, Mandingo. We've been deprived of land that we are not true Nimayan and what have you. So I kind of agree with you with that statement, because I haven't heard any of them, including the Jabate, for them to report the statement that was read and the endorsement that was made.
And most of the Gio guys you see, they call themselves Gio Mano. Most of them they are Mandingo, including the vice president himself.
Well, we know that the vice president is Crew.
He's not Crew. He's a Mandingo guy. He's a Keita. He had his identity because he don't want to identify with the Mandingo tribe. He's
possible.
Keita.
It's possible because the last name.
He just ashamed. A lot of people ashamed to be certain name. They want to take the Queen name, or they don't want to identify with certain tribes. Yeah, that's what happened. But the Mandingo, most of the things are in him. He was brought by the Mandingo. When the Mandingo got there, they married the Gio women, the Mano women. They had children. That's what happened. And most of them now, they want to change their identity for some reason. Nobody knows. It's only best known to themselves. But the vice president, you trace the vice president, he would be traced to Mandingo. And someone came on Facebook and said, I think I have the clip. He's a Mandingo, he's a Keita.
Okay. But what I know, somebody told me, a Nimayan, said that he's the father is from the Crew ethnic group. That's why his name is Kun. And of course, in Liberia, sometimes the name will tell you what kind of ethnic group or where the person is from. So we know that the Crew people, because I have a lot of neighbors and friends that were Kun and Nambes and what have you. So those are some of the things. And again, we have so many ethnic groups in Nimba County, but have been marginalized by the Mana and Gio, especially the Gio people. So we need to.
How many prominent ethnic groups in Nimba County?
Oh, I know Basa in Nimba County.
You got Basa in Nimba?
Yes, go to Lower Nima from Zanzay coming down all the way towards Rivers border and things like that. So where we have our school is not too far from the border of Nima County, Lower Nima. the B people, which some of them they are Kran, they are Bassa, they are in Rivers.
We is a tribe in Liberia. Is that
Yeah,
among tribes?
yeah, one of the Bassa
Okay.
ethnic group there. B.
We itself is a tribe among the tribes, like you say, Basa, Gio, Vam, this and that. Or
I,
it just,
I
it
don't
just
know, but we get people that speak B,
it's,
but maybe they label them as Bassa because we don't say River says Bassa, we don't say Maba Bassa, we don't say mainland Bassa, we just categorize all of them to be Bassa. But the Maba Bassa, the way they speak, a little bit different from the mainland Bassa, and the B Bassa is different from the mainland Bassa. And
yeah,
even
but
the Sesto or River says
we call all
Bassa.
of
So
them
the
Basa, right?
say that again.
We call all of them Basa.
Bassa, yes. So
Yes.
that's what
Now,
I'm saying. That we have Bassa in Nimba.
among you yourself, you know which is which. You can say Mamba Basa, B Basa, but they are not group. They are not extra tribes by themselves.
No, we don't have a tribe labeled among the 16 tribes to see the B, but the B is part of the Bassa ethnic group, the
Like
B
the Mamba,
Bassa,
like
and
the
then
Mamba,
the Maba Bassa, like the Maba Point and all those stuff that you hear about, the Maba Bassa, Maserado and Magibi, and then of course from Magibi, those that are pretty close to the Farmington River, in District Number 1 and District Number 2, the way they speak the Bassa, they have the same Maba Bassa tonation. They are tuned in speaking the Bassa. And those that are in Sesto, River Says, and things like that, they have the River Says Bassa, the way they speak. And those of us who are the mainland Bassa, like from District Number 3 or District Number 4, and part of District Number 5 that is now River Says County. So they just classify them as Bassa. So that's what I'm saying. That in Lower Nima, we get Bassa people there.
That's just a side talk. We don't really want to. We were just trying to see how many tribes in the Nima area is Nima County, because the three major tribes are there, which is Guillaume, Guillaumano, and Madingo. Probably you can add a little bit of Crown, but Crown, we know Crown County is Grand Jide. So even if they are in Nima, they just there as I said that, but they are not really a Nimayan. The
But
tribes
they live in Nimba. They were born and raised in Nimba.
they came from right next door. When we say Crown, you don't say Nimba. The moment you say Crown, man, you identify them to Grand Jide.
Of course.
When you say Vame, even though there is many people in Cape Man, but it's known as Va County. Okay, Grand Bassa, even though there are Pele people there, they consider them the Bassa. They're the one only that I think they are one of those who get one that tribes Bassa.
No, we have Gisi people there.
Those Gisi people known in Lofa. They're there, of course, they're there. All these countries share the other tribes. They are there, they came and migrated there, they sat there, everything, but they are not known as citizens of that place. Like you say Gisi, you're going to go to Grand. They're going to Lofa.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. When you say Crown, they ain't going Nimba.
When you say Grebo?
Even though you got Kample, I think Kample is in Nimba, right? Okay, but they will go to Grand Jide. You see, if you say they mix the entire county, if the entire country, different tribes, all of them in Monserrado. So that's the reason why anybody can run for any representative in Monserrado, no matter where you come from in Liberia.
Yeah, that's a Congo country.
That's the Congo country. So, Roland, we understand that tomorrow is the
It is today already.
show,
Yeah,
It,
and
for
it is
for them is today.
already in Montreal.
yeah, for you, you're already 15 minutes into your next day.
But we don't have Gonda there from Freedom to represent Freedom in Nimba.
No, but
Exactly.
we'll get a couple of reports from. We'll get a couple of reports coming in. We'll have people in Bong who will just cross over to Nima because Bong and Nima they share that close that bullet. So we'll get somebody in Bong that will just cross over to Nima and we'll get report.
Of course, we'll get a report. They got people there.
We just
So,
we just
beside the
hoping.
beside the um the Nima election was another training um
Issue.
This have to do with previously told you guys about the guy from the PPCC. Let me try to get that confirmed.
What is
Where
PPCC?
that's the Public Procurement Concessions Commission, where uh, this have to do with the yellow machine issues
Okay.
had accused, and then he spoke with a Liberian media institution, the Liberian investigator, where he denied. Let me try to get this right for us on the night and spin. If you just join us, you are listening to the night and spin. The time is 12:17 a.m. in Monrovia. Thomas Kuchurula is my name, the driver with my other team members from the United States of America. Tonight, we are driving you through on the night and spin, talking about a couple of issues have to do with the Nima County by-elections and that of the Public Procurement Concessions Commission. This person,
before we go there, Roland, the president is not in the country, right?
the president just arrived in Ghana.
Yes. So that means he's not in the country.
Yes, the president is in
So
Ghana.
we need to let our people know that, because there are people who do not know that the president had left the country this evening to pay 1 day or 2 day visit. How many day visit?
I'll confirm that, but the president is in Ghana. And then we got a shocking news from the executive mansion that the director of press at the executive mansion, Samuel G. Zord, has passed away at the JFK Memorial Hospital in Singapore. We got that shocking news a few minutes ago through social media. So
Died
it's
from what he died from?
I don't think
uh,
it's disclosed.
he was involved into an accident since 2019 while the former president George Weah was coming from county. He was involved into an accident because he was working with the mansion. So when the United Party government came back, they brought him back to the title of press position. I interacted with him a couple of times because I myself at the executive mansion, and then we know that he's been ill, hasn't been well for some time.
Okay.
And then, shocking it, we received the news of his passing just few minutes ago, about some 20 minutes ago. I received the
Oh,
shocking news for his passing.
You want to
So
send a condolence on behalf of the
yeah,
people here,
so
family.
so on behalf of the crew here, we want to extend our sympathy to the executive mansion family and that of the family of journalist Samuel G. Zord, who we have been reliably told that he just passed off at JFK. What a sad news. Sad news for all of us as journalists, sad news for the executive mansion, sad news for a family, and sad news for the country. So There is the guy named Johnson, who is the head of PPCC, who, because the procurement of the yellow machine has been on the lips of many Liberians. So the Liberian investigator decided to dive into that. At some point in time, they said 88 million. At some point in time, they said reduced to, I think, 22 million, something like that. So the journalists at the Liberian investigator decided to do fast finding to get first-hand information. And the first area you have to reach is the PPCC, because it is where the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission, the PPCC, is where you have to go. It is where they procure materials for the government. So when they spoke with him, he told them that indeed nobody, the government did not patch you the PPCC to get the yellow machine, to procure those yellow machines. And they did a publication on Wednesday of last week, which of course I'm running to. They did a publication on Wednesday of last week. After the news took ground on social media, he came back to his office to deny that he did not speak with the institution, that he never had had an interaction with them. And when the institution posted the audio, because they were being pressured, and the public said they were lying, they were blackmailing the PPCC boss for money or to getting all of the job. So the issue, the audio, they recalling, because as a journalist, to get first-hand information, because to avoid you be taking the quote, when you do, before you publish a story, you must get evidence. And the evidence was, they contacted him, he was informed that he was placed on record, and they recorded him. But I think his thinking was the guys were not going to publish the story. So when they published the story, he said he did not speak to the media institution. We're talking about the PPCC, where it should be an institution of high-end integrity. When the guys published the audio or posted the audio, he said that was the old audio. That was the old audio. And he offered, as a matter of fact, the first time when the guy published the story, his institution or his office issued a statement debunking it, saying that the story is false, it is misleading. So the guy said, no, you can't do this to us. You spoke with us. We had and you was informed about being placed on record. So we gave the audio to the public. So when they gave the audio to the public, he said that was an old audio before, and that was done last year. So the managing editor of the institution, one Mr. Lano Dudu, who used to be with Front Page Africa, who now run the Liberian investigator, said, no, how come you're telling us that this interview was done since last year and it just came into the limelight? How come nobody in the media got to know about this? How come we kept this? How come, according to you, saying it was done last year, how come we kept this and it just coming out now? And that has been the back and roll about this whole issue. Because when it comes to integrity, because you see, the PPCC, it is what government use to procure their materials, to ensure that people follow the PPCC. Because nobody just join when the blue sky from government, they say we're bringing yellow machine. The cause of it, PPCC must know, they must inform the public. So I'm trying to get the audio, I'm trying to get his voice speaking with the media institution, which of course he denied. I'm trying to get his voice.
So what he is denying, what he's trying to deny here, that the interview did not go on, or the price changes like 80 million or 22 million. Is that what he's trying to deny?
He's being pressured because quote unquote, what we're getting so far, he's been pressured for upper hand in government. He's been pressured. You know, if you work in the government want to bring in yellow machine. You know, everybody gotta go in line with the government. So he's being pressured. Now people saying that the government did not follow or did not go through the PPCC to procure the yellow machine. That's the pressure on the government. So now he's being pressured. Maybe he might lose his job. He might get suspended. So now he wants to make his side clear. So he's trying to distance himself from the audio.
I understand about the audio. What we want to know is the audio issue is about the pricing of the yellow machine.
No, the other issue is about, he said the government did not go through the PPCC to procure the yellow machine.
But what was the purpose of the investigation? What were they looking for? Because when you first started,
they wanted to ensure, the guys were investigating to ensure that because they were tipped out, they was informed that the government did not go through the PPCC to procure the yellow machine. That was what they was tipped out about. So who can confirm this? Let's go to the PPCC boss, Mr. Johnson, Scott Johnson. So when they reached out to him, yes, he confirmed to them that the government did not go through the PPCC to get the yellow machine. And after they broke the news, the office came back to deny having any conversation with them. It denied. And the guy said, no, you had a conversation with us. We have it on audio. We get it on record. And when they released the audio to the public, he said, no, this was done last year. And the guys are saying, we get the audio, we get the time it was recorded, publish your call log, and we'll publish our call log last Wednesday, the 16th of April. Let everybody publish their call log. So it is where we are. So I think I can roll the audio now.
How long is the audio?
26 seconds.
Okay.
You see, the reason is I think regarding the yellow machine, you have to refer to the Minister of State. That didn't come through PPCC at all. So we have no information. We have nothing on the yellow machine. We have referred to the office of the president. Okay. Yeah. We have no. I guess we will have no documentation. Yeah. And then was being negotiated with the manufacturer, and they didn't wait to end negotiation to start shipping equipment to Nigeria. No. So you have to speak to them. You see, the reason is I think regarding the yellow machine, you have to refer to the Minister of State. That didn't come through PPCC at all. So we have no information. We have nothing on the yellow machine. We have referred to the office of the president. Okay. Yeah. We have no. I guess we will have no documentation. Yeah. And then was being negotiated with the manufacturer, and they didn't wait to end negotiation to start shipping equipment to Nigeria. No. So you have to speak to them.
Yeah, so that's it right there.
So when he denied about this recording that it didn't take place, did he accept that they went through them? The government went through them?
No, he said no.
No. He said no on the tape. That
yeah, he said
them.
He denied. So this time, he doesn't want the public and the government, he doesn't want the government to see like he threw them under the bus or he pushed them under the bus, or he's the one exposing them to the media that they did not go through the PPCC to procure the yellow machine and they just start shipping them.
What he want to do?
He want to, now this time, he want to cover up to justify that the government went through the PPCC to get the yellow machine.
Oh, now he's trying to flip-flop now, changing his word.
Yes. To change his tone, to lie to the public.
Okay.
But Tunis, when this yellow machine came up,
this came with the issue of integrity. When people serving in the space of government, most especially at such position, it comes with integrity. It comes with integrity because the people that you lead, they listen to you. They listen to you. You can be in government.
You are looking at integrity. This government is not looking at it. They have done so many things. This is just nothing to them, and you know that from day one. They've been doing things off the book, disrespecting the law of the land, all of that. So this is nothing compared to what they have been doing. This is just a tip of the ice. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, what I was saying is the same thing that we're talking about when they came, and people say, okay, if you got this through the procurement group, then but there's no record, and of course there was no record, and the Liberian people said, well, in order for this to go, we need to know where you got the machine from, or the machines from, how much is the machine, and all of that. And of course, because they couldn't provide that information, we came to a standstill. We know that this was negotiated by one other lady who's part of the government there, and from that time, the machine has never been shipped back to where they got it from. So this is a
So
situation.
the machine, the 22 million machine they're talking about is the first machine they talk about, the something 80 something. Those machines still in Liberia. That's what you're
I,
saying. So
I don't think they sent them back. Nope. The only thing that we heard that was sent back, that was those buses, but not those yellow machine.
relax, those machines still in Liberia.
You just have the yellow machine here.
They had them. They had some of them at the in the barracks. I don't know what it was. Camp shuffling. How do you call it now?
But this government, you see, this one thing I know about this government, and I know you guys need to know now. They taking the Liberian people, they think we are fools. They're doing every and anything they want to do the way they feel like. They are not going by the book. All right. They started for the tenure position when the Supreme Court asked them that they should not play with it. They gave their ruling. They still went around and suspended the people and put their own people there. And called some of those people, pay them off just to put their own there. They feel, Liberia we are going backward for so many years now. We pray to God will give us a very good leaders that will go by the law, by the books. But this particular government doesn't care for we, the Liberian. They feel that we are fools. There are certain clique that are working with this old man. You see, look what happened in this case. This young man on tape, recorded tape, saying he know nothing about this. They didn't go through him. Bam. He did that. He changing his own words again.
Because his life will be in danger, Tunis.
Exactly. Probably he pressurized that, hey, my man, if you don't change your statement or you didn't deny that, you're going to lose your job. And that's exactly what happened in this government. People have been threatening. They've been threatened. And that's what's happening. And this is not the right way to run government, especially poor country like us. Only few people want to just do whatever they feel like, enrich themselves and all of that. That's not fair to the country.
But one thing. Go ahead.
The government officials are going to run campaign in an election, which the law said no. They shouldn't do it. And
Code of conduct.
And nothing coming out of it. And we sitting watching them. Nothing coming out of it. You see, this is the kind of government we're in. They don't care what they do. They know they are in power. Nobody can do anything to them except the country people say, get up and say, hey, enough is enough. But we're seeing the thing happening right before our eyes. Everything happening, they are going contrary to the law. Everything. And these are the same thing they were condemning before they came to power. They're even doing the worst and openly defying us. Okay, can you imagine all this time, all these development we're looking for? Water pump, the president going to dedicate it in Lofa County. Can you believe that? Water pump? Then another one, they fail lifting the ministerial building. The president have to go again just to repin that place because all of that are achieved in this. Can you believe it? The people think we fool. We don't. We can't. We blind. We're not seeing. So go ahead, so we can open the line.
So one of the things, Tony, about this government, we know that they came to power, that they were going to rescue the Liberian people. The first thing is that the president said, no, what I said, you don't listen to me. I'll just say something, but you got to listen to BBC. BBC is saying all of these things. So it's not my fault. We just talk about it. So that's why he told the Liberian people. He said, we're not going to be doing wasteful spending. People spend a lot of money on vehicles and things like that. The one that we have, we can use it instead of being very wasteful. When he became president, all of those things that he considered wasteful spending, those are the things that he's doing. He also said, this small boy government, they don't respect the rule of law. When he came, what the small boys government was doing, complying with the rule of law, with the Constitution. When he came, he said, "No, to hell with that. We're not gonna go by that." So we see where they are going, and if you talk, they say you are hooligans, they are this. So the young people shouldn't say anything, and to make the journalists not to dig up the true story, not to talk about what is going on, he decided to have a dinner with the journalists. And then I heard them say, we're not saying you should not publish, but under this government, we're not going to persecute any journalists and what have you. But whatever you say, you should not, be addressing the office of the president at this, or you're not supposed to be doing this, you're not supposed to be doing that. But when some of the journalists were doing it to that of the WIA administration, there was no problem. So they there, and whatever the WIA government was doing, even if it was 1 inch, they are going maybe 100 or more than that. They came in, and one good thing though about the president, I remember his speech very well, that he says some of the things that President WIA was doing, we're going to continue some of those things, and those things were the things that they were criticizing. For example, the road rehabilitation, the road connectivity that they were discussing, they were speaking against, and some of them say that road will eat. I think many of you guys that are listening to us, you can attest to that. That road will eat. The road that President WIA administration started, those are the roads that they are doing some rehabilitation, and at the same time extending where the roads start, especially if you go to Stekla PA. But all we hear, is the president is doing this, but they will never.
We got a few minutes to go, so please.
Yeah. They will never mention that all of these things started under President WIA's administration. But when I was giving my speech, I said things that President WIA was doing that is good for the country, or that are good for the country, I'm going to continue. And we see all of those things going on, but they don't want to give credit to President WIA, but they fooling the Liberian people that, we the one doing this, we the one doing that. Of course, government is continuation. When WIA came in, we are continuing what the early administration left, and he did extra things. So we did not discredit the early Mbwaka administration. He said, well, wherever they left it, we are moving it forward, and that's the kind of mindset that a good leader has. So they came in, and they're just trying to continue this, but they want to take the credit and they want to erase President Weah from the things that he started doing, and things like that. So I just wanted to throw in that point.
Thank you. Right? Please take some calls. But you need to take this thing off the screen here. This is not Austin Cower.
They won't pa.
He's already dead now.
I said I wanted to bring about that. I said, well, let me leave him. They say,
we get a new setup, so the IT guy can just set up. You go home, I just come and follow the direct path. Normally, I used to send you guys link, but I'm not sending you link anymore. It's the IT guy who's doing it now. So I think the error came from his side.
They told us that one link will work forever. They don't send a link again.
Okay. We have 19 minutes to go. This is the night and spin right here on Freedom 87.9. You can call us on 0776 104 104 0776 104 104. By elections in Nima County on today. Let's hear from you. You listen to us. We also talk about the PPCC boss denying a conversation with the Liberian investigator.
And we'd like to get your opinion poll. Your opinion poll, please.
And let's hear from you ahead of the by-elections on today in Nima County. What is the stand? But I'll take this very short break with our team song.
For all they say we go to school, so no job for all, we get problem. Hustling in the street and they have money beyond do. I didn't get what chair, all they take our market. What do want to do now?
Well, I'm a graduate of the state-run university, and everywhere I've applied, they're asking me for 10 years experience, and that is impossible.
We the after them widows, the government promised us our husbands benefits, and up to now we just
good, bro. No good school. The health sector poor. Now anything that can jack a bottles. The politicians stay giving out empty promises. What happened now?
Oh yes, indeed. I'll go to the line and start to interact with our callers. Let's get this person ready. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Nima, where you join us from?
Yeah, thank you so much, brother. Let me say good morning to you and good morning to our brilliant panelists in the USA for taking that time always, not only one day, to make their forces be here in the interest of our country. And we must appreciate them. They are doing extremely well. But anyway, for the recognitions, I'm Pokat Robert. And I join you this morning for our unknown destinations. My brother,
why is he joining you this morning for unknown destination, brother?
Yes, yes.
Somewhere in Nimba.
Why is he joining up for unknown destination?
It's because, but you don't need a rocket scientist to tell you the regime today we are. It is not a regime of democracy.
Okay.
So you have to be a situated manner of yourself. You know, they say we are in front of them, but just to protect and procure ourselves, so we are joining you for our unknown destinations.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but to the point, you know, we are very clear on this note. So, Gary, for us, we will not refer to him as the kind of position in occupying, because you're not proceeding in the form and manner of that position. The vice president that was elected, even it's not fair, but we are putting that form that was elected to govern and to represent the entire country. He is not taking a side of representing an institution. He is taking a side of representing an institution. That's a violation of our law. It's a violation. What kind of vice president will leave whole country in duty? You got approximately 4.4 million or 5.4 million people would be working tirelessly in the interest of them. But you are working in the interest of few people. You think that's a democratic proceeding? I want to tell Mr. Jeremiah Kun, tomorrow, trust me, the power in the people article 1 is how you get elected. The power in the people is more than the people in power. And then people see that they can play all our intelligence because we have our silence to be our weakness. Let us put power tomorrow by cutting the internet off. Even when they call it off, let us power tomorrow and do what they did. 2023 that our president for go. It is because president we have for go. It will be you continue doing it, then you go impunity. You go impunity. We have planned that Malakine Congo, through her working ability, she has won election, they were you all in.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Poka.
To conclude, we are very favor. Our president is very favor of law of law and balance. Say why you allow the people right to proceed the three.
Okay,
So
Poka.
who and sorry to allow the people right tomorrow to proceed, not intimidate them.
Thank you.
Intimidation, trust me, we will retire yet.
Thank you, Poka. Thank you. I get this person. Hello.
That's why he is unknown area.
No destination. Yeah, Nima, where you join us from?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, Nima, where you join us from? Good morning. Welcome.
I don't know why people will be afraid to call the destination when knowing you are free of the country.
Jelly the man, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, but this thing is going to be so also because if you come to be a police state, which is not.
Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead. Leave the man.
So, I became to the big brother from the state. He was talking about the violation of the laws of government officials. I think you can retrospect doing the type of driving socially because we have to make that program. In one country, João Kira went and they are not a person who wants to make them here. So I think it's the laws are taking of restricting vice president to go to what the people technically up his point. We are such a committee for his political party. So but then we just need to keep our focus on priorities and to be looking at individual how to move. Because if so, we always miss the mark. Okay.
That's not true anyway.
Okay.
Not true.
Call us on 0776. We'll speak up. We'll talk about that. Call us on 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 086 500 104. You'll be live right there on the program, The Night and Spin on Freedom 87.9. We have roughly 12 minutes to be here. Call us on 0776 104 104 086 500 104 to be part of the program, The Night and Spin.
For all they say, we go to school, so no job for all, we get problem. Hustling in the screen and they got money behind you. I didn't get what you all they take now market. What do want to do now?
Well, I'm a graduate of the state-run university, and everywhere I have applied, they are asking me for 10 years experience, and that is impossible.
We the AFL them widows, the government commissions, our husbands, benefits, and up to now we just see
Let me get this person for you. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Nima, where you join us from?
I'm Charlie at the Battery, calling from Buffalo.
Welcome. How is Bapolo this morning?
Buffalo is here.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah, my brother. It's just sorry to say the rescue government, they double the blow for our people. Today, the market tears are in tears when you came to rescue them. The motorcyclists that provide job for themselves, they are under stress when you came to rescue them. So, we don't know where we are going. Since year and a half, we go 1.5 years.
Okay.
Everybody crying. We used to buy flower bucket $400, and I'm paying $650 for it in Popolo yet. I go oil gallon 1,004 first, but now we're paying $1,750. I Deborah now. We used to pay 2009, 2,950, but now $3,850.
Okay.
From zero 4,000. So where's the rescue? It's fucking with calamity, with depression to get the power to suffer the citizen. Thank you, my brother, but go there.
Thank you. Call us on 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 086 500 104. You'll be right here with us on the Night and Spin. We have roughly 8 minutes to be here. Call us and have your say that you from you. Today is by-elections day in Nima County. We're talking a lot of things on the night and spin. Chorus and be a part of the conversation this
They
morning.
they
Let me get this person from where, Tunis. Let me get this person. Hello? Oh, the person sleep off. You can go ahead.
yeah, the guy they call Prophet Key is one of the candidates also.
You are disqualified.
I see him running campaign. Who is he running for?
For the United Party back candidate. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Your name, where you join us from?
I'm Thomas Fanima, acquired by the borough of Equator.
Welcome.
Yes, that was, you know, that rescue team, you say they are rescue team, I already got a problem with the rescue team.
Why?
Because when you look at things, they are not in the interest of the Nigerian people. Why creating the thing that used to talk against because in the past regime, now you are accepting it to creating what is the means of if Koga wins the election, that means they have another by election then they're packing all these things. So they are not very in the interest of the Nigerian people. That people, because when you come to rescue people, some of those things that you criticized in the past, and you will be able to make things right. Look at Koga is a sitting lawmaker while allowing him to win in the race, supporting it. And the other thing, when you win, the government again got to work with take money for another half another by election. That money could be used to do all of them other things. Then creating another by election. So we pray that he should lose. But he doesn't win it. Because I think that everything will be okay.
Okay.
So Koga is not the rightful choice.
Thank you. I get this person from where? Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you join us from this morning?
Yeah, this is the same caller from Pablo County.
Wait.
They might can't by election. They buy got to know the situation in the country.
Okay.
Only they have. The same Koga man. The same position. The same representative.
Okay. Thank you. Let's get Joseph Colley from the international line. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, my brother, and to Solomon and Tunis. Look, we should not be deceived. And our Liberian people, this is Joseph Colley calling from New York. We shouldn't be deceived by these guys. Let me tell you, the executive don't know what they are doing. Koga been over there in the house have not done anything better for the Nibalians or the Liberian people. Those guys are just there to steal, to collect the Liberian people money and eat it. And this is why the government in power trying to advocate for the men to get in that place. Just so they can steal more money, create chaos. And this is why the men created two different speakers. The legitimate speaker and we created a whole speaker because they know in the house, if they can pass through the guys to get money, to get bill pass and just get money and put it anywhere that they can steal and supply themselves or enjoy themselves by all they after. But I hope the Nimalians will be able to see through all of these. My brothers and sisters that are in Nima, do not vote Koga because Koga is over there have not done anything better for you. Since they came into power or this government has took power, what have they done for the Nibalians? You understand? They get there to deceive you. This is not in your interest. It's just there to enrich themselves. Self-aggrandizement, do not care about you. And then you go, you elevate the man. What will you think about, what do you think he will do for you? You will be happy because you are elevating him and then you pick you on the side and do whatever he has to do to please himself. So I hope our Liberian brothers or the Nimalians will be able to see this through, to look through this thing and do the best. You want to vote education, health, and other things that your county can benefit and your children can benefit. Not over benefiting. God bless you all, brother.
Thank you. And I take this final person from right here. Then we'll get back and conclude or wrap up the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, your name and where you join us from?
Lima County election. I will not be surprised. The calamity we need today, they came from Nima. Nima is one of the biggest counties in this country. One of the four rich counties in this country. To the black and vote, most of them came from Nima. Today, They are yamming, some people calling on the radio telling you that Coca will go, Coca will go. So don't be surprised to see the Nehemiah voting for Coca.
Okay.
Because they're not after their county. They're only there to put people in power that will see. They're not doing well for this country. They want to enrich themselves and their children. Just see Joseph Baka. They make getting power all the children and the money people now. So that is some.
Okay.
Pray to God that some people in Nima will change their mind.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Guys, that's how we'll do it for the core segment on the show. We have roughly 4 minutes to be here.
All right. Thank you. And thanks to the callers. Mr. Reed.
Yes, thank you very much, and many thanks to our callers. Well, if the election in Nimba will be free and fair, if there has been no manipulation, I keep saying this because there was certain things that happened at the SKD stadium during, I think it was election night, or we all saw what happened, and other people attested to what happened. We saw that they brought special arty from Ghana, what they did and what they kept doing until the guy was busted in Maryland. We all saw and heard that this Opa Justin, that they call Key or Prophet Key, what he said that he got his legitimate card and things like that, but because they did not want for him to take vote away from Koga, they threatened him, they called him, they locked him up, and they did not want for him to open his mouth because he knew exactly what they did during this going election with the RT guy that they brought, the voter registration cards that they gave to people in Nima and these other places. After election, nobody talked about that. They did not clean the voter registration roll, or they did not clean whatever machine and all of those stuff. So the same thing is going on. So we know that there are a lot of irregularities that will be in the election. So people of Nema, do the best so that you can maintain or get the kind of leadership you had with Prince Johnson, the way in which he guided you people to be together. And we all been watching and been hearing from some of you people how the death of Prince Johnson was linked to the very party that he supported, the very people that he said, this is my son, and all those stuff. And one of the things that was very, very mind-blowing to this is that I heard from the vice president himself that when this man was in, I don't know whether a coma or when he got the attack, they said they should lay down to watch him after 24 hours if he doesn't get up. Who will get a stroke and you say you want to watch the person to see if the person will not get up in 24 hours? And then you maintain the person to a place that they are not very well equipped with medical something. So you guys, all of you guys in Nima, you saw all of these things that are going on, how the death of your hero or how he died and all this stuff. Of course, they brought Koga to jump over the body. I don't know whether to appease you people. But I'm saying all of these things because these are things that you guys been complaining about, and these are some of the things that don't make sense, especially for me when I heard from the vice president that when Prince Johnson got the stroke, he said he should wait until after 24 hours if he will not wake up. Instead of rushing him to one of those well-equipped medical facilities for him to go there, they said no, they kept him to the women clinic until the guy, he gave us a ghost. So that is still is very devastating. The death of Prince Johnson is very devastating, and you guys looking for replacement. Make your choice. The choice that will unify Nima, that will make Nima to be better off in their everyday life. So we want to just admonish you to do the right thing. And some of us, we think the right thing would be choosing Edith, because I know she has experience in the executive, and going to the legislative, it will be a plus for Nima. So make a decision. We may suggest to you and what have you, but make a decision, and your decision will judge you as we move on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Reese. Thank you, all callers, for the night. You guys did well. Those who called, those who want to call, but they didn't get through, we say thank you to you. We talked to the Nehemiah. We want you to look at the 15 months that we're in. Today will make exactly 15 months since the government came to power. So if the 15 months is good for you, then you can vote for the 5% choice. But if you feel it's not good, then it's left for you who to choose. Tomorrow you go in our ballot booths to cast your votes. Nobody going to be there to put knife to your throat. You will be guided, and you go in there with the paper, with the ballot, and you vote to your choice. Again, if you feel the 15 months is okay for you, you've been enjoying, no complaint, hey, vote for the 5% choice. But if there is a little headache and blah, blah, your expectations did not meet, then vote for who you feel can bring something good to your life. That's all my advice, because I'm not in NIMA, and I don't see any big change even when this election go either way, because the government, whatever they want to do, they will do it. This is a government in the history of Liberia, the first time ever have two speakers running for almost 6+ months in the country. And the country people just looking, watching like we are fools. People just making their own rules. Even they don't respect the Supreme Court. They don't. Wherever the Supreme Court say, oh, they say that the Supreme Court can force or to do anything. Why? The Supreme Court was put aside to interpret and to respect whatever they say. Now, the same law that brought you to power is the same law you're abusing. But we can't, nothing. We are very funny people, Liberian. So again, people, we wish you good luck. We hope, we pray that no chaos, nothing bad come out tomorrow. Let us enjoy ourselves. We got our children, we got our grandparents who got nowhere to go, but stay right there. So we pray everything will go smooth, and go vote your choice. No knife, even if you bag of rice or whatever money, when you enter over there, you vote, you can come out and lie to anybody and say, I vote for you. Nobody there to say that now. Yeah. So go tomorrow, pray for Nimba and pray for Mama Liberia. Yeah, thank you again. This is your good friend, Suleiman, Hashim, Tunis, and Solomon with Rolex. We say good night.
Good night.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.
All right.